My brother has always loved arrivals. Not entrances, those are theatrical. Arrivals are quieter, designed to be noticed without looking like they're trying. The slow pull into the driveway, the engine lingering just long enough, the casual delay before stepping out. That afternoon, the Porsche came first. It was silver, polished to the point of arrogance, sunlight sliding across the curves like it belonged in a commercial instead of our mother's uneven concrete drive. Everyone drifted toward it with the same polite curiosity families reserve for expensive things they'll never own. Daniel stepped out last, sunglasses still on, keys dangling loosely from 2 fingers. "Look what real success buys, Liv." He said it lightly, like a joke generously offered. But Daniel's jokes were always built with edges. I smiled because that's what you do when someone hands you a line like that in front of relatives. My aunt laughed too loudly. My cousin circled the car, nodding with impressed approval. "It's beautiful," Mom said. Daniel shrugged, leaning back against the door. Hard work, hard work." The phrase landed somewhere deep and familiar, not sharp, not new, just heavy. Like an old bruise you forget until someone presses exactly the right spot. I stood there with my hands folded, nodding like everyone else. Calm, interested, harmless. Inside, the house felt smaller than usual. Conversations layered over each other, kitchen noise, coffee cups, the soft domestic choreography of family gatherings. Daniel's voice carried easily from room to room, buoyed by admiration. "How fast does it go? What did it cost? You've done well for yourself." I listened without really listening. My eyes followed the slow rhythm of the ceiling fan, blades cutting the air with indifferent consistency. 10 minutes later, my phone buzzed. I almost didn't look. Work messages on weekends had trained me into selective blindness. But something, maybe instinct, maybe habit, made me glance down. My name filled the screen, not in a text, on a news notification. For a moment, the words didn't register as language. Just shapes, symbols, a pattern my brain refused to assemble. Then they did, and the room changed. Not dramatically. No thunderclap, no cinematic shift, just a subtle distortion, like air pressure adjusting before a storm. "Liv." Mom's voice sounded far away. Daniel was still talking when I looked up, still mid-story, hands moving casually as he explained something about horsepower. But his voice faltered, just slightly, as he noticed the silence spreading. My cousin was staring at her phone now. Then my aunt. Then everyone. Oh my God. It wasn't excitement. It was confusion first, then recalibration. Daniel frowned. "What?" No one answered immediately. There's a peculiar delay that happens when reality updates too quickly. The brain hesitates, like it's waiting for confirmation from a second source. Mom turned toward me slowly. "Liv, is this?" I nodded. No speech prepared, no triumphant explanation. Just a small, controlled movement of my head. A reflexive, disbelieving sound. "What deal?" His tone had shifted, still casual, but thinner now. Stripped of its earlier ease. I handed him my phone. He read, once, then again. His posture changed before his expression did. The relaxed lean against the counter vanished, shoulders tightened, jaw set. That's not. But it was. The room filled with voices, questions colliding in uneven bursts. "You never said anything. When did this happen?" 100 million. Daniel remained silent. He kept reading as if repetition might shrink the number, reduce it to something manageable. I watched him with a strange detachment. Not satisfaction, not anger, recognition. Because this wasn't the first time numbers had sat between us like this. Years earlier, another number had done the same. An inheritance. My inheritance. A technicality. A misunderstanding. A series of decisions made quickly, legally, and, as Daniel had insisted, pragmatically. Family money. Family solutions. Family silence. I stepped closer. No one noticed. The room was still spinning with disbelief, with the polite chaos of unexpected success. Daniel's eyes were still fixed on the screen when I leaned toward him. I kept my voice low. Calm. Almost gentle. "By the way," I said. He didn't look up. "That car." Now he did, just slightly. Enough. It was bought with my stolen inheritance, no accusation in my tone, no raised voice, no spectacle offered to the room, just fact. Daniel's face didn't collapse into guilt or rage the way stories would have you believe. Real reactions are rarely that generous. What surfaced instead was something smaller. Uncertainty. A flicker of something unsteady behind the eyes, the sudden awareness that the past, once comfortably settled, might not be as finished as it seemed. Around us, the family continued celebrating, congratulating, rewriting their understanding of me in real time. Daniel handed the phone back without speaking. Outside, through the window, the Porsche gleamed exactly as before. Untouched, perfect, but something invisible had shifted. Not power in the dramatic sense, not dominance, just gravity. The kind that rearranges things quietly, permanently, without asking permission. Daniel didn't lean back against anything anymore. He stood there, oddly still, as if unsure where to place himself in a room that suddenly felt unfamiliar. And I realized, with a strange, hollow clarity, that there would be no victory speech. No catharsis. Only this, a silence thick with consequence. A relationship subtly fractured along lines that had existed long before the car, long before the deal. Long before either of us understood what success would eventually cost.